Hello readers, welcome to the library. My name is Miss Ballard and today we're going on a fun reading adventure. Today we're going to guess a book about music, read a story about confidence, and solve a mystery with a cool cat. If you're ready, give me a thumbs up. Let's get started. First, we're going to do a book talk. I have a mystery book. Can you help me guess what it is? I'm going to give you 3 clues. Clue number 1. The main character is going to school. Clue number 2. She really wants to be amazing at something. And clue number 3. There is music involved. Can you guess what it is? You ready for the big reveal? Drum roll. This is We Will Rock Our Classmates by Ryan T. Higgins. This is Penelope Rex. Hi, Penelope. Welcome back. But this time, she doesn't want to eat her classmates. She wants to rock in front of them. Have you ever had to stand in front of people and try something new? Me too. Maybe something like singing, reading, or answering a question. That can feel a little scary, right? Okay, Penelope. Well, in this story, Penelope learned something very important about trying new things. Do you think she can become a rock star right away? You have to read and find out. All right. Now we're going to move on to our next story. We're going to do a read aloud. This read aloud is called The Big Cheese. Before we start, let me ask you, what does it mean to be the big cheese? Does it mean being the best? The most important? Well, let's find out. The Big Cheese by Jory John and Pete Oswald. They call me Cheese, the Big Cheese. Oh yeah, say it with me, please. The Big Cheese. Ta-da! You better believe it. That's right, folks. I'm the biggest, cheesiest piece of cheddar around. I'm really something to behold. Take a good look at me. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Have you ever observed a more impressive cheese in your life? It's not just my stature either. It's my presence, my vibe, the energy I emanate, excitement I exude. It's the way I feel a room or a theater or a stadium. Whether I go, I cause a fuss. Heads turn, jaws drop, gasp are audible. That's why they call me Cheese. Oh, say it with me, please. The Big Cheese. Ta-da! You better believe it. How did I get such a good, or should I say Gouda, reputation? Well, I wasn't always a big shot. I grew up on a crowded platter in a tiny kitchen. I was an unremarkable little curd. We lived quiet lives of pasteurization. But I wasn't happy with the status quo. Oh no. I wanted to make a big old name for myself. So I resolved to become the big cheese. I wanted the praise, the cheers, the spotlight, the attention, the ovation, the celebrations. I set the work, and before long, I was on the fast track to success. I dressed to impress. I shredded the competition. I stole the show. And then I brag nonstop to anybody who listened. Hey, did you see me score that goal while I was literally yawning? What was the secret to my success? Well, I stuck to the things I was good at. That way, I couldn't possibly fail. Did it get a little bored? Never trying anything new? I suppose. But it didn't matter as long as everyone agreed that I was, say it with me please, the big cheese. Ta-da! But then, one fateful day, I met Wedge. He was new in town, and he seemed to be my exact opposite in every way. He was quiet. I was loud. He was shy. I was bold. While I dominated conversations, he kept to himself. I didn't pay him much attention at first because why would I? I was too preoccupied with being the center of my universe. But then, without warning, everything changed. I wonder what changed. Let's see. Here's what happened. Every summer, our tiny village staged an all-day cheese cathon. Guess who had first place trophy from last 6 years? Oh, say it with me, please. The big cheese. Ta-da! You better believe it. This year's opening ceremony started at 5 a.m. sharp. I was fully primed and prepared to prevail. First up was a foot race, and I zipped into the lead. Within seconds, though, there was someone on my heels. I could hear his breath, the pitter-patter of his agile feet. It was Wedge. I could not believe it. Oh, he was fast. Not just fast, but skilled, disciplined. He paced himself. We were neck and neck for most of the race, but then I slipped on a rogue pebble. Wedge swerved, sped up, and beat me by a nose, a cheese nose. For the first time, I come in second place. Oh, the indigny. But there was no time to sulk because the next leg of the competition had already started. It was a game of chess. Before I could blink or think, Wedge had taken my king in 4 moves. And while I was busy protesting to the judge, he already moved on. Yeah. The following events were a blur of loss after humiliating loss. Hat making, sheep shirting, bread buttering. Ugh. It turned out that Wedge was quietly excellent at everything. Even when he won, though, he didn't gloat. He was so humble. It was odd. It was disconcerting. It was absolutely baffling. bird calling? Finally, I watched in dismay as Wedge trounced me one last time, and the day came to a bitter end. Well, bitter for me at least. I went through every possible emotion. Arr, rah, no, boo, wah, until I finally exhausted myself. And as I lay in the muck, I heard a thunderous voice making the dreaded announcement. First place goes to newcomer Wedgeman. The crowd roared its approval. What had just happened? It was honestly hard to fathom. I closed my eyes. Suddenly, inexplicably, I felt a sense of calm come over me. I listened to my breathing, to the steady beating of my heart. Yes, I had lost again and again and again, but after all that, I actually felt okay. Relieved. Even I suddenly knew that my world wasn't going to crumble. I picked myself up, I dusted myself off, and I headed home. Before too long, I spotted Wedge. He wasn't busy celebrating or bragging. He was just watching the stream go by. He looked content. We chatted for a bit. It turned out that Wedge had a fascinating life story. I found myself getting caught up in a great conversation. A conversation that wasn't all about me. That day, I realized something. Maybe it didn't matter if I wasn't the best at everything. In fact, perhaps it was healthy for me to lose for once. And sure, my ego was bruised in the short term, but over time, I gained some perspective on what's really important. Losing taught me about empathy and humility. It showed me that I'd become so focused on winning that I was missing out on the joy of participating. And it helped me see that I can live with defeat, even if I get a bit angry or frustrated at first. These days, I'm trying not to worry about whether I win or lose. I don't have to impress everyone all the time. I let others have the spotlight. And I taken up some new hobbies just for me. Bowling. Yes, I'm trying to better wheel of cheddar. So now when I brag about something, well, I mostly brag about my friends. Woo! Did you see that? What a move! Because it turns out that anyone from a crumb or gorgonzola to a flick of feta to an unassuming wedge of brie can be say it with me please, the big cheese. You better believe it. The end. Being the best isn't everything. What matters is being kind, trying your best, and being yourself. So tell me, would you rather be the best or a good friend? Think about that. Awesome. Great thinking, readers. Now we're going to move on to our puppet show. Pete the Cat and the Mysterious Smell. Wait. Do you smell something? Oh. I think we need help. Pete the Cat. Hey, how are you? I'm good. Oh, you're good. Hey, everyone. Pete the Cat's here. And something smells not cool. Pete, perfect timing. We need help solving a mystery. I'm on the case. Readers, if you smell something stinky, say P.U. Ooh, something burning my nose. Let's check your shoes. It's not my shoes. Okay. What about your backpack or your cape? Not my cape neither. Okay. Well, what could it be? I found it. What did you found? An old banana. An old banana? Ew, Pete. But hey, we've solved the mystery together. Thank you, Pete. No problem. Stay cool and keep reading. And here's my book. Pete the Cat and the Mysterious Smell. I hope you love reading. Wow, readers, you did an amazing job today. We talked about so many different things. We read about being yourself and solve a silly mystery with Pete the Cat with a cape on top of that. Remember, guys, you don't have to be perfect. Just try to be yourself. And it's okay to feel nervous. And reading makes everything more fun. So the next time you visit Martin Wise Library here with me, Miss Ballard, try one of these books. I'll see you next time, readers. Bye.